and we've got some history in this battle of AFL alumni. It's the Tennessee Titans and the Denver Broncos, and it's all up next.
Fittingly named in part for its considerable elevation. We're at Empower Field at Mile High here in Denver, Colorado. Welcome to another entertaining matchup, folks. Kate Scott, Brock Heward on the call in this one. And Brock, got a couple of running backs down on the field who can really take over their offenses when they get in the groove.
And I think that's going to be the ultimate goal of both of these offenses, right? I mean, there's just no confusion about it. They want to get their bell cow in that groove and get them going. Find that rhythm where they're ripping off chunk yardage run after run and then just keep on feeding that beast. In a game like this, whichever offense can get that rhythm and run game going first is likely going to be your winner.
To kick off, here's Will Lutz. And off we go from Denver. On the return, here comes Tajay Spears. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. So the Titans ready for their opening drive of the game. And leading them out, the second pick of the second round back in 2023. Out of Kentucky, it's Will Levis.
Levis came into this league with a big old arm and an even bigger chip on his shoulder, Kate, based on where he was drafted. I still remember that on draft day, and you could see the disappointment as he fell out of that first round, and because of it, he's just got that fight to him. It's easy to envision him proving those doubters, and so many of those teams who passed on him, wrong.
Only gets a yard there to make it 2nd and 9.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
It's complete to Hopkins. It looks like we can call it about 4 yards in the end. Sent down by Cody Barton. Here they come. This is 3rd and 5. From the gun, Levis. That's caught for the first. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. It's a 23-yard pickup on the play. And that'll be a Tennessee first down.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
New set of downs for him from the 46. Levis now on first down. Hits him on the in route. And he'll have a small 4-yard chunk there. Alex Singleton makes the tackle.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on first down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Levis throwing again. Throw reeled in by Hopkins. And he's able to get this to the 32 before going down. Give him 9 on that play, and it's enough for the first.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
Offense already looking like they're in mid-game form. They've got it down to the 32. 1st and 10, it's Pollard. He gets it ahead, winds up with about 3. Sent down by Cody Barton. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
Here's 2nd and 7. Hauled in by Tyler Boyd. And they stop him. He's marked down along that 18-yard line. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the first down.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
Levis here on first down. That pass complete to Boyd. And he'll go down. Looks like they're marking him at the 11.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on first down, well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for second down. The third and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
Levis from the shotgun. And what a risk, but he can't hang on. No interception, but nearly a turnover in the end zone.
That was it. That was their chance to escape this series. They were looking for a way out without giving up any points, and that was their ticket off the field. Unfortunately, they just couldn't quite hang on.
Third and short yardage, Levis. He brings it in. And not quite a touchdown, but he's down to the 4 before going out. They find 7 yards, and now they've got first and goal.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your third downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
This drive has been excellent. A few shots now, it's starting with 6 as they come up on it, first and goal. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Tennessee! The Titans finish up an excellent opening series. DeAndre Hopkins, the touchdown. Well, you couldn't ask for a better start to a game than that. The offense taking it all the way down the field and finishing with 6.
These opening drives, Kate, are such tone setters. It is why every offense loves to script their first 15 plays, right? Everybody knows what's coming. Allows you during the practice week to get into rhythm, but even better when you're that sharp, that crisp, and you finish off and get the early lead.
That one right down the middle. And the Titans will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Stonehouse now to kick this one away. Marvin Mims now to return it. They'll have decent field position to begin with here, Brock. He's tackled just beyond that 30-yard line. So we'll see the Broncos offense now for the first time. They'll be led out by the former first-rounder out of both Oregon and Auburn. It's Bo Nix.
Bo Nix entered this league as a grown-up. 61 college starts will do that for you. A ton of college experience. And Bo Nix is a facilitator. When he is at his best, that ball is in and out of his hands in an absolute hurry. If he were a point guard on a basketball team, he'd want to go up and down the court and get it out of his hands as quickly as he can. He's accurate, he's tough, he's experienced, and he's poised for this challenge of the NFL. Hey, don't get me wrong, Kate. Every defensive guy, they watch tape in their own ways. But linebackers, well, they're a little bit like quarterbacks. They got to develop that sixth sense by watching that tape so they can diagnose and get home in a hurry like he just did.
Here's 2nd and 11. Complete to Mims. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
You'll hear defensive coaches all the time really ask their players to pull the trigger. Read, react, diagnose, and when you see it, go fire away. And that's exactly what the defense does to take away that screen.
This offense looking to convert as they come up on 3rd down. On the move, headed right. Oh, he's going to run for it. We'll head out of bounds after a small gain.
Well, that's an excellent job by the defense. All eyes on the quarterback. When you're playing a quarterback that can escape, well, even though you cover, you still got to cover down and go chase that QB out of bounds before he could get the first down.
Broncos looking at a punt on 4th down, and Riley Dixon on to handle that. And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. So before they can set up for another play, we've hit the end of the first quarter. Neither side separating much so far. We'll get you back to Mile High after this. We're ready to go with the second quarter, and it's Titans football. They got this after forcing a punt at the end of one. They'll begin with a quick completion to the right side. And he's short of the first after a mild gain.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a first down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes second and third down a whole lot easier to manage.
Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5. They run the counter to Pollard. And he started to get through the lane before it closed. 3 yards there. Sent down by Cody Barton.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
Quickly looking left, and it's complete. And they're going to bring him down just on the other side of midfield. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And the Titans will have a first down.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your third downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
1st and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. Shotgun now for Levis. Has him on the quick hitter. And this goes across midfield and into Broncos territory.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Throwing is Levis. Into the hands of Okonkwo. And they make the stop. We're going to say at about the 37-yard line. And that play goes for 8 yards, and it keeps this drive moving.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a first down.
Markers reset, ball at the 37. Throwing now on first down, Levis. Big catch made, and he got both feet in. He finds him 16 yards and a new set of downs.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
On the play fake, it's Levis. Bails out of the pocket quick. Oh, this time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Hey, God bless the Ted Washingtons, Casey Hamptons, Vince Wilforks, all them run stuffers back in the day. But the D-tackles of today, you not only have to stuff the run, you have to eat up the pass too, and that D-tackle just got it done.
Offense to the line for 2nd down. They give to Pollard from the gun. And he's down into the red zone. This run gets to the 18. That's 7 yards on the run. Still 6 to go on 3rd. That brings us to the 2-minute warning here at Mile High. The Titans leading near the break. Throwing is Levis on 3rd down. Throwing the out route complete. And he goes out approaching that 10-yard line.
Those kind of completions are so frustrating, Kate. It's like a putt. You got it on line, you feel good about it's going in the hole, but you never want to leave it short.
So the Titans left with a 4th down, and we're going to see Nick Folk after the try. A pretty automatic look for him from the left. The kick by Gano is good. And that one was hit great. It sails on through without incident.
Well, that's the type of long, sustained drive that takes some of the starch out of your opponent. The only negative is that the kicking team was out there for a field goal and not an extra point. But they do come away with 3.
Stonehouse now to kick this one away. On the return, here's Mims. This return makes it up to the 25. So the Broncos headed out for their 2nd drive of the game. They now trail by double digits after that last score, Bronc. It's 10-0 partway through here. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Out of the gun, it's Nix. Mims with the grab. They'll touch him down a couple of yards away from that marker.
Good luck defending that short yardage slant. Just not going to happen. There's a reason this is a go-to play for just about any quarterback in every situation.
Broncos have to hurry here. Clock's still running. Here's 2nd and 2. Caught. This is Greg Dulcich. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. New slated downs to approach here from the 40. Throwing on first down, Nix. Completed to his running back. And he's stopped at the 31-yard line.
These intermediate gains, that's the wheelhouse for these two to connect on. Start the series off well. It sure keeps the defense on its toes in case they try to load up and just simply cover the receivers.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Nix off the play action. Dulcich hauls it in. And he'll be out of bounds right along the 20. It's a pickup of 11. And the Broncos will have a first down.
When you see play action, do all you can to get your eyes to the tight end, because that's their bread and butter. That play action gives him time off the line, helps chip a rusher, or even helps sell that fake. And then when he releases, he gets out, he gets some leverage. He gets to that edge before the defender can cover him.
14 yards on a nice play there, and it gives them 1st and goal.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
They'll throw again. Nix. It's a Denver touchdown. So he looks to and finds the big fella, and his tight end takes it in for 6.
Such a reliable weapon down in the red zone. It kind of reminds me like a point guard making an entry pass to that post player. When you trust your big people around you, and when a quarterback trusts his tight end like that, it makes a difference.
Will Lutz now on for the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Broncos cut it to a field goal game. Ball is set up and it's away. Just a 3-point game now. On the return, here comes Spears. Tackle made as the return gets it out to the 32. The Titans take it over, not much time remaining in the half. Holding just a field goal lead, probably gonna see them play it close to the vest in the time we've got remaining. Levis now on first down. Pass caught by Ridley. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. One play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory. From the gun, Levis. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose, incomplete. It arrived as the ball did to break things up. And we'll see what they do here on 2nd down. This is a guy who's used to embracing contact, Brock. Usually makes catches in spite of it, but I guess it's tough for anybody to make a play every time.
Yeah, I think these tight ends today, Kate, spend as much time in the old ice bath as just about anybody. And when you don't make that catch and you take the contact, well, that stings like the first seconds in the ice.
That's going to pick up the first down after a gain of 26.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
And they've got themselves another 1st and 10. Levis throwing again. And that's going to be incomplete. Still time for a couple of plays, though. 15 seconds left.
I'll tell you what that deflection right there, Kate, tells me. That defense was following and reading the quarterback's eyes. Knew exactly where that throw was going. And it takes a little bit of intuition, a little bit of feel. He's able to get his hands on it and knock it out of bounds.
Levis throwing again on 2nd down. That throw finds Okonkwo. And he's out of bounds inside the red zone, just short of the 15.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
Looking end zone, but touchdown denied. Knocked away, incomplete. Took his shot at 6 that time. Now they're up against it here on 4th down.
I don't fault the look downfield at all. I mean, that was just a situation there where it's a better defensive play than the offense executing.
The kick by Gano is good. And that'll double their lead to 6.
Okay, one of the areas that kickers and quarterbacks are similar, they want to get into rhythm, and no better way to feel good and get into that rhythm than start a game 2 for 2 as a kicker.
Well, Brock, barring the touchback, this kickoff should run out the half, so better make that return good as it's away. And that's over the 20, the landing zone, and almost everything else, so that football coming out to the 30-yard line. One final shot before halftime. He's going to try to drop it in deep right. And his perfect start is over. And that's the first one of his throws to wind up incomplete. Well, that's the halfway point, and the visiting Titans taking a nice little lead to intermission. Now we'll send you to our studios in Orlando and Jonathan Coachman for a look around the league with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. We'll let you and Brock catch your breath as we welcome the rest of you to our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, thank you, Coach, and we are back and about set to begin the second half. Stonehouse now to kick this one away. Here's Traymon Smith with the return. And pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. The Denver offense now with the football first to begin quarter number 3. They'll try to get that ground game established better than they did in the opening half, Brock. See if they can attack that deficit. Now the first run of the game for Javonte Williams. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Good rip on first down. That brings up 2nd and 2.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that first down marker.
On 2nd down, a run with Williams. And he's going to be brought down at the 42. 5 yards on that play and enough for a new set of downs.
Well, looky here. You don't even have to worry now about a 3rd down call as that run moves the sticks. Now that call you had ready, though, you can recycle it. Save it for later for that next 3rd down coming.
They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. Nix from the gun. That's complete. It's Javonte Williams. And he'll be taken down, but not until he reaches that 45-yard line. Now hang on, looks like somebody came out after that play a little shaken up. Not sure we saw exactly what happened, but he'll get some assistance now. Ball on the 45, 1st and 10. Play action with Nix. Flushed out of the pocket. He'll step up, and there he goes. Now we see after that play, one of the Broncos having a little bit of trouble out there. They're going to head out to look at him. They've got first down from the 31. From the gun, a carry by Williams. He gets forward, and that's about 4 yards. Tackle made by Elijah Molden.
You know, this is an offense that will emphasize the ground game at different points of each and every contest. And as long as they can reliably get gains like this, it's not going to change anytime soon.
2nd and 6 coming up here. From the 27. Pass complete to Dulcich. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
They'll keep this drive moving and come to the line for 1st and 10. Working inside the red zone. Into the hands of Dulcich. And he'll go down here at the 16.
Sometimes when you're just looking to move it forward, get some small yards on a throw, quarterback's best friend, security blanket. And when it's a big old tight end, that's an extra bonus.
2nd down now, 7 to go. And the receiver's going to take this one on the jet sweep. And the hit stops him cold. Wow, he maybe got back to the line. No gain on the play, and it brings up 3rd and 7.
You know, when receivers have room to operate, that's a play that can totally gash a defense. But Kate, when you get down here in the red zone, it becomes so much tougher because you have a whole lot less space. And in fact, you'll see defenses swarm like that one just did.
It's taken in by Williams. 14 yards on a nice play there, and it gives them 1st and goal.
This dude's just simply got a nose for the marker no matter how they get him the ball, Kate. Hand it to him, and he sniffs out that first down. Get it to him on a screen, and it's no different. He surges ahead and keeps this drive moving.
Might be trying to power this across, Brock. They've got 3 tight ends out there. It's 1st and goal. Fakes the handoff, now to throw. And he has it in the end zone. Touchdown, Denver. The Broncos find their way to 6. Right on the edge of the goal line for 1st and goal. And I don't know about you, partner, but that surprised me that they just threw it in. No attempts at running it.
Yeah, I think it is so hard for these defenders. You got to be so keyed in and physically, you know you've got to stop that run first. So a 1st down pass play can and certainly was effective.
Extra point try now from Lutz. Extra point sent right down the middle. And they'll take the lead. On the return, here comes Spears. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. The Titans and Will Levis set to take over again. And like we've seen from him before, Brock, he got a good game going early through the air and kept the pressure up from then on. He's still taking it to him now as we work through this 2nd half. They'll start this one on the ground with Pollard. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. 1st down play nets him 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5.
That run's not going to turn many heads, but at the end of the year, I promise you, if you average over 5 yards a run, you're going to be a Pro Bowler.
Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5. Again, a run with Pollard. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
You know, the elite running backs in this league, they don't just see what's right in front of them. You set up big runs like this because they see what's behind them. That's called extraordinary vision and extra yards.
From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. Levis from the shotgun. Catch is made down the right sideline. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. It's a gain of 27 yards to move the chains.
They've run this 12-yard out route, Kate, at the combine, well, all the way back to last century when I had to throw it. In this throw, this is a big boy throw. This is a differentiator. Can you make that deep out throw on time, on rhythm, and accurately? Well, that was teaching tape right there.
The drive picks up here, 1st and 10. Levis now off the play fake. Looking right, and he finds him. Ooh, play didn't develop like he needed. He goes out behind the line.
Well, there was never a play in any playbook I ever saw designed for a lost yardage play when you throw the ball. But if there's any solace, at least it was 1st down. A couple more chances to make up for it.
Now a toss, it's Pollard. Has some space inside the 15. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
Kate, I want you and the audience to imprint that play in your mind. When you hear me or any announcer say, oh, he's running downhill. Oh, get running downhill. Oh, you want to hit it downhill. That right there, that was running downhill.
So they'll be set up with a 1st and goal when we come back. It's Titans ball, and they could use a score. They come into the 4th trailing. Now, they've certainly got the field goal in their back pocket, but they're going to try for the touchdown first here and goal to go. Shotgun now for Levis. Catch is made in close. And he's able to get it to the 2 before the stop.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
Ball at the 2 here for 2nd and goal. From the gun, they go with Pollard. And he's not going to reach the end zone. They bring him down at the 1. Just a couple on that play. It's going to be 3rd and goal.
Well, you get a little bit closer, but you can feel the pressure starting to mount. Unless you're committed to playing 4 downs here, this becomes a critical 3rd down call.
Here is Pollard. And he's in for the touchdown. The Titans take a 4th quarter lead. Tony Pollard with the touchdown. A lot of pressure on him in that moment, Brock. Find a way to score. Don't let it go to 4th and goal. And he finds a way to come through and gets in the end zone for 6.
And how about the other side? Beating the defense right there as well. That group who was so close to pulling off the goal line stand, yet all that motivation wasn't enough to stop him on 3rd and goal.
Here we go. The Titans setting up for a big 2-point attempt.
The Titans will line up for the 2-point conversion.
They'll try it on the ground. And he made the line of scrimmage, but not that goal line. Defense there to shut down that 2-point attempt. That came right up to the doorstep of success. Nice play, though, to make some contact and stop him a yard shy of the conversion.
Yeah, these defenders, they just want to get to that next play. After you give them a touchdown, even if it's not their fault, right? Snap and clear. And that hyper-focus and extra motivation led them to sniffing out that call and being able to react just in the nick of time.
Stonehouse now to kick this one away. On the return, here's Mims. And this return gets to the 30 before he stopped. So here comes the Bronco offense. They find themselves down here in the 4th after that touchdown. This game could end up depending on how they respond right here. Drive begins with a run. It's Williams. And they needed more than one defender. Their powerful runner stopped for just 1 yard.
Okay, this is why you got to be careful to just run it always on 1st down. You got to break your tendencies. The casual fan, well, that casual fan knew what was coming, but more importantly, this defensive front did too.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Shotgun snap to Nix. Got Williams, and it's complete. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down. They gain 14 on the play. And that'll be good for a Denver first.
Year after year, the best offenses are multifaceted. It's not just the receivers or the tight ends that can make plays through the air. When you get running backs that can attack the middle of the field like that, man, is it difficult on the defense.
Nix with it on first. Finds him over the middle. And he gets it across midfield and into Titans territory.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on first down. Textbook. It sets up second and very manageable, and then creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Up the gut they go with Williams. And he has it to the 42 before they make the stop. It's a gain of 4 there, and the Broncos will have a first down.
I don't know about you, Kate, but he sure made getting that first down look really easy. A lot easier than it's supposed to be for that defense, and I think they'll hear about it when they get to the sidelines.
On 1st and 10, here's Nix. Mims with the grab. And he's going to be brought down at the 35-yard line. That brings us to the 2-minute warning here in Denver. Broncos trailing by 5. 2nd and 3 now. Throwing here, Nix. Completed to Reynolds. And he's going to be brought down at the 23-yard line. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted him. They wanted him on a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after.
Here he is to throw. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Tough one to retain through that hit. So it'll be 2nd down. Working across the middle, Brock, it is tough for anybody to make plays through all that mess, even when you're the biggest and baddest pass catcher on the roster.
But as a tight end, you're going to be disappointed because that's what you're paid to do. It's one thing for those undersized receivers you talk about. It's another one for these big tight ends. You are paid to make that catch through contact, and you couldn't do it.
And they get this down to 4-down territory, Brock, as they come up here 1st and goal. Setting up to pass. He completes it in traffic. And he'll go down shy of the end zone. They mark him at the 4.
You know, I'm really not sure if that was an intentionally brave play to challenge double coverage or just simply not seeing the two defenders. Either way, what a tremendous throw and catch that earns some momentum.
Back to throw. Oh, he nearly reeled that in, as close as you can get, but just an exciting incompletion.
Hey, I understand why this crowd...
Now hang on, they want to take another look at this play, and a very important call coming up late in this game.
Play is under review.
Oh, this one is really close, Brock. Did he establish possession and then get both feet down?
Yeah, maintaining possession while being a ballerina, not always easy. A lot to look at here, but I know he thinks he's got a touchdown.
Well, good thing they reviewed it, because after further examination, the call on the field has changed.
The Broncos will line up for the 2-point conversion.
He'll look to throw it. And he brings it in. That makes this a field goal game now.
That is tremendous touch on that pass. You'll see QBs, especially at the NFL level, they'll put buckets in the...
On the return, here comes Spears. He's brought down to end that return as we've reached our 2-minute warning. The Titans are being led back out there on offense by their quarterback. And on that last drive, Brock, he crossed a notable threshold in passing yards for the season. Always nice when you can reach one of those plateaus to look back on after the year's over. A dangerous throw, and he almost got burned by it. The interception dropped it incomplete on 1st down. So after the incompletion, here comes the second down call. From the gun, Levis. Boyd hauls it in. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down. Two timeouts remaining and some time left to use them. It's 1st and 10. Levis to the air now. Has the connection to Ridley. And this is marked down right along that 40-yard line. Tennessee calling its second timeout now. Still one more in their pocket to use. To the line for a new set of downs. Only a lone timeout at their disposal. Throwing now on 1st down, Levis. Anticipated the quick staccato pass there. It's knocked away, incomplete. Intended target was Calvin Ridley. And it's going to be 2nd down.
How many times do defenders hear from their coaches, read and react, read and react? You got to read where the quarterback's eyes are going, and then more importantly, you got to react as he begins to throw and knock that ball away.
To throw again on 2nd down, Levis. Caught, nice gain left side. And he will score and give him the lead in the final minute. So what a finish this is shaping up to be. The late touchdown here, Brock, moves them in front.
And week to week, what a pleasure it is for us to call these games. We never know what kind of game we're going to get. This one's been everything you could have wanted. And now, even though they've taken the lead, there's still enough time on that other sideline for them to go mount a response.
Now a crucial point after to stretch the lead beyond a field goal. And it's good, so they take the lead, and the extra point buys them some breathing room. A field goal does not tie it now.
Broncos 22.
Stonehouse now to kick this one away. On the return, here's Mims. He stopped on the return at the 27. The Broncos and quarterback Bo Nix gearing up for their next series. And he has to be happy about his game. We're checking some of the highlights right now that he's made so far. A good showing that's seen him in the zone from time to time. And also he's just seen the field well from his spot in the middle of this offense. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Nix from the gun. Pass complete to Dulcich. And they're going to bring him down just beyond the 30 at the 31.
Well, that's a modest little drag route, but if you ever just need a safe, short gain on the throw, that's a go-to route to target.
Timeout taken by the offense, their second. Still one more in their pocket to use. Second and 6 coming up here. From the 31. Completed over the middle. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. Now with 8 seconds remaining in the game, they're going to burn their final timeout. First down now, ball at the 39-yard line. Nix looking to throw. They don't connect there, and now just 3 seconds showing on the clock. Cortland Sutton, the man he was after. And it sets up 2nd down.
And you ask a lot of your defenders on that field. It is not easy to play defense in today's NFL. Not only stay in their assignment's hip pocket, but to make plays on the ball as it arrives. He was challenged with an intermediate throw, and he swatted it away with ease.
And this one falls incomplete. No miracles on the final drive today. This game is over. So it's a win on the road for the Titans. And there was no easing up. It took some white knuckling until the very end, but their defense carried that small lead through to the finish line as they escape with a victory. So for my partner Brock Heward and our entire crew, I'm Kate Scott, saying this has been the NFL on EA Sports. So long, everybody. The Titans are your winners, as we'll see you next time from Denver.